Hello everyone, a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. This is your host Vaibhav. In today's session of Daily Stock, we are going to look at one very important player in the technology segment, the Micron Technologies Inc. In its quarterly announcement, the company has announced that it has suffered more than $1 billion of losses. But despite these significant losses, we have seen the stock has rallied higher by around 6 to 7 percentage point at the moment, and you might find these contrary to the expectations, but there are substantial reasons, and those reasons are driving the price higher. And I think in near term, the outlook for the company is bullish. We have these factors which have resulted in today's surge are also going to be in the play for next couple of quarters, and as per the company's forward guidance, the company is expecting the break even, and then from that point onwards the company is likely to turn profitable in coming quarters. So by the end of fiscal year 2024, we might see Micron making substantial profits. So, looking at that possibility and its leadership in the memory storage space, we have reasons to believe in this bullish outlook. So, we are going to look at its quarterly announcement, the report, and afterwards, we are also going to consider its technical formation to see if there are emerging opportunities in the short term, medium term, as well as in the long term to trade and invest in the stock of Micron Technologies. This is a report which was released after market in yesterday's trading session, and in today's session we have seen quite a lot of volatility. We saw these gap up open happening in the Micron Technology stock. After that, there was this correction, and now again there is buying pressure, and buying momentum is pushing the stock higher after making the intraday low at around $83 per share. And I think the near-term outlook is now quite favorable for the long trades. So moving forward, the buy on dips is going to be a golden mantra of sort in these shares as long as it holds its recent swing low. Now we head back to the quarterly announcement. If we look at the highlights of this quarterly announcement, the revenue are higher for the company, and for this quarter, the revenue stand at $4.73 billion. And if we go by this trajectory for last couple of quarters, the trajectory has been upward, and is going to be sustained with the possibility of revenue finally crossing $5 billion mark in the second quarter of this year. There is a net loss of $1.23 billion. As I said in my introductory remark, is a huge loss, but it is not really dampening the investors' sentiment. And even after these loss, the share price is actually higher. More and more people are willing to invest and wait for the company to turn profitable, and that is happening because these losses are mainly driven by write down in the inventory of the company. If we look at its key customer base, the key client base, then the company provides the memory chips to the computer makers as well as smartphone makers. And for the last 2 years, these segments have been affected after solid 2021, because as the economy opened up gradually, we saw that the people who had spent a fortune on getting the smart devices, the computers, and smartphones, now had no more reasons to continue to buy at the same space. So there was continuous decline, consecutive decline for many quarters, and even in yearly terms, there has been double-digit decline in the sales of the computers, personal computers particularly, and also the smartphone shipments have been seeing decline rather than growth. So all these factors had affected the demand for the memory chips from the Micron technologies, and as a result of that, there has been a write down of close to $2 billion. But now, with the generative AI taking off, we have seen that the surge in this space is going to happen sooner than later, and that is where the Micron Technologies feel that it is ready to capitalize in this upcoming surge, and it is going to deliver cutting edge products to meet these demand, and it has made investments. So for that also it has committed a lot of money, it has already spent a lot of money, and it is also having ongoing initiatives which are going to compress the storage space and enable us to have higher computing power, higher memory storage for these new age capabilities in the computers and the smartphones, which are going to be driven by AI solutions. So, looking at that, we have reasons to believe in the capabilities of the Micron technologies to capitalize in this growth phase and deliver outstanding results in coming quarters, coming years. So, with that possibility in the mind, the investors are willing to shrug off its losses in the current quarter as well as for past couple of quarters and expect the company to turn around in coming quarters and possibly start delivering the profit by year end itself, and that is the key story, key highlight of its earnings release. Now, before we move to the technical space, we are going to look at this consolidated statement of operation. In it, you can see that the revenue is substantially higher for the stock, even in terms of quarter on quarter as well as year on year. But at the same time, the cost of goods sold is also on the higher side, and as a result of that, there was a substantial loss for last 2 quarters, and this loss is higher simply because there has been provision for the investor inventory write down, and that has pushed these losses in billion dollar category. With these horrible quarters behind us, now the company looks poised for better days ahead. If we look at the cash flow statement, the company has reserves of around $8 billion, and dis- despite losses of higher magnitude, the decrease in net cash, the cash and cash equivalent, was curtailed at $510 million. For last couple of quarters, the company has seen the reserve dwindling, but it is quite comfortably placed for its cash position, and there has not been substantial decline in the whole year despite it suffering higher magnitude of losses. So in this year, its cash and cash equivalent has dwindled from $9.6 billion to $8.1 billion, and it is well placed to continue to invest even despite these higher losses. So the fundamentals for the company are looking good. The business space is promising. Now, if we go for the technical side of the story, this is the short-term charting for the Micron technologies where we have this formation of higher highs and higher lows in place with the price level of around 80 going to be quite crucial moving forward. And I feel if we see for next couple of quarters, next couple of sessions, the price stabilizing and holding above this immediate swing high, which was formed at 83.01, and if it is able to consolidate while respecting these immediate swing high, then we will have more reasons to believe in the possibility of the continuation of this bullish momentum. So that is going to be key for the Micron Technologies short-term bullish momentum. And if it gives up this lead and declines towards the immediate swing low, then I think we will have to adopt a cautious stance. But if it holds the ground, if it holds above this prior swing high and doesn't really go on to fill the gap created by today's higher opening, then we can take our chances and target the buy anywhere in the vicinity of $83 to 82, depending on how it is trading on that particular day. So watch out for next couple of days how the price momentum unfolds, and if it continues to make higher highs while respecting the price of prior swing high, then we will have more reasons to believe in the possibility of stock moving higher. And from the medium term perspective, the stock of the micro technology is now trading at this new ground. If we look at this prior consolidation phase where it was consolidating in this price band of 62 to 70, now that price band stands broken with this fresh breakout holding well for the stock, and this time around it has rallied after making the swing low just close to this prior swing high. So that is also one more reason to believe in the bullishness of this momentum in the micron technologies and keep looking for opportunities to buy as long as this price formation is having higher highs and higher low formation. But at this juncture I don't really feel we should be going for a buy trade. We will have to wait for our opportunity. Maybe next time around it corrects and consolidates, then we can go for the fresh trade. Right now that is going to be a wait and watch scenario, because if we go for a new trade at the current juncture, it doesn't really provide a promising risk reward ratio. So I would advise a more cautious stance and adopting a wait and watch approach. For the longer term charting, the things are promising on that front as well. After making these low close to the sub 50 levels, we have seen strong revival in the stock of the Micron Technologies, and it seems to be poised for the breakout past this prior swing high. So this time around, we might even see the price levels of around 100 being reached if the stock continues to rally in the same manner which it has for last couple of months. So that possibility is there. Taken together, all these factors are pointing to the bullish momentum in the short term, in the medium term, as well as in the long term. Only it is matter of getting a risk reward ratio right and going for the buy trade only at such junctures where even if you happen to be wrong about the anticipated level, you shouldn't be losing too much money. So that is where the crux of these decisions lie, and there is nothing much to worry about momentum as long as some key levels hold in the price formation of the micron technologies. So, for today's session, that is all from my side. If you have any query or any idea to share, do write to me in the feedback, and I'll be more than happy to take the discussion forward. Thank you all for joining in. Have a fabulous day ahead. See you next time around. Till then, goodbye.